and my friends joined a Pokemon Draft League. Every week we will face a new coach to determine who becomes the champion of the season. Will we make it to the top of the standings? What is going on today, and welcome to the IBL. This week, the Opaloosa Roaring Moons are facing Odds, coach of the Charlotte Slitherwings. They have a very scary team with Pokemon like Palafin, Ursaluna Blood Moon, Melodic Jirachi, Tera Gallade. Their team is stacked. We're going to have to pull out a lot to try to win this game this week. So let's look at the team that's going to do that. First, we are bringing Halson, the Urshifu Single Strike. We are Choice Scarf with the Unseen Fist. We are Wicked Blow Close Combat, Poison Jab for the Florges, and U-Turn. We're actually running Adamant this week because their speed gaps between Urshifu and the next thing are actually pretty big. So we can just run Adamant Scarf since I don't think that the next thing under us is even going to be running Scarf anyways. Then we have Gale the Slowking. We're running Leftovers with Regen this week with Scald, Psychic, Slack Off, and Chilly Reception with max HP and max defense because we need this thing to check the Palafin because the Palafin can get very out of hand. But luckily we can try to get some Scald burns off, and Psychic does a good chunk to it. Next, we are bringing Popper the Diplin. Diplin is actually coming to Game 1. It's carrying the Eviolite with Sticky Hold this week with Giga Drain, Recover, Dragon Tail, and Infestation. The EVs are a little bit all over the place, but just know that this thing eats up hits from the Ursaluna, and it can actually eat a ton of hits from the Palafin. Ice Punch does a good bit, but we don't die, and we can actually get a Giga Drain off, which is crazy to think that a Pokemon with that much of a high attack stat can't even kill this Diplin with a 4x super effective move, but that's just the kind of Pokemon that this is. So we are bringing this mainly for the Ursaluna, but it can help with the Palafin if it really needs to. Next is Will the Revavroom. We're carrying Air Balloon this week with Filter. We actually could have been Overcoat this week because of the Toedscruel. It could carry Spore, but the problem is Toedscruel's Mycelium might actually bypasses Overcoat, so we're not even going to worry about that. We're just going to go with the Air Balloon with Filter, and we have Shift Gear, Terra Blast, High Horsepower, and Iron Head. We are Terra Grass this week because with Terra Grass and High Horsepower and Iron Head, we actually just hit nearly the entire team for super effective damage, and that is the way that we can actually bypass Spore because Spore does not affect grass types. We are Adamant with just enough speed to make sure that we're outspeeding everything while we are at +2. Next is Ketherick the Landorus Therian. We're carrying Leftovers with Intimidate, with Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Stone Edge, and U-Turn. We're running a pretty defensive set this week because the Gallade is very scary. Agility Gallade could get out of hand, so we want to make sure that we are able to take some hits from that and kill it back with the Earthquake. So we have a pretty mixed defensive spread out of the Landorus this week. And then lastly is Shadow Heart the Cyclizar. We have Safety Goggles with Regen. We have Rapid Spin, Power Whip, Ice Spinner, and Knockoff. This is just to make sure that we have a switch into Spore in case we aren't Terra yet on the Revavroom. We can always switch in the Cyclizar, get rid of any Stealth Rocks or Spikes or T-Spikes that the Toedscruel is setting, and we don't have to worry about Spore. And Ice Spinner will always kill, and Knockoff is always safe on a Florges switch-in. So that is the team. Would you have done anything differently? If you would have, let me know in the comments down below. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe because I am very close to a goal that I've been trying to reach for a few months now, which is 350 subscribers. And people are watching the videos, but I need you guys to subscribe because it will make me feel a little bit better. And let's get on to the battle. All right, so we do see the Palafin, the Ursaluna, the Gallade, the Toedscruel, the Jirachi, and the Florges. Now, I'm just going to lead Urshifu here. I don't see a switch in to Scarf Urshifu at all besides the Florges. And if they lead like the Toedscruel or the Jirachi, then we can just U-turn out on the Florges. That is probably the thing coming in, and before the Gallade terrestrializes, it's not eating a Wicked Blow either. So we are going to see that they do lead the Jirachi as we lead the Urshifu, and I'm just going to click Wicked Blow. Now, I do think that they could be a Scarf Jirachi here with Moonblast. I'm not sure if it still gets Moonblast at this point, but I figure if they are Scarf with Moonblast, then we just go straight into Revavroom. And we're kind of right to an extent because they went for a Scarf Play Rough. And I think now Revavroom might just come in and set up, and if it doesn't win the game, it'll at least break through a couple of Pokemon for us. So remember, we are the Air Balloon, so it doesn't even matter if the Ursaluna comes in because then they can't hit us with a ground type move, and I'm guessing this Jirachi is definitely going to switch out. It's not going to stay in one turn to just break the balloon because then we could just set up again. So they do switch out the Jirachi like we thought, and they go straight into the Toedscruel, which I did not expect the Toedscool to come in. If anything, I expected the Ursaluna, but like I said, with the air balloon, even if the Ursaluna came in, we were still in a pretty good spot. And now I could have been Overcoat, but like I said in the team builder, the Mycelium Mite ability will bypass Overcoat, so I have to Terrasilize here so I don't get spored, but because we're Tera Grass, we can't get spored. This Toedscool really can't do anything to us. Maybe it gets like Sludge Bomb, but I doubt they're going for a Sludge Bomb right in front of a non-Terrasilized Revavroom. So we're just going to see what my opponent does here, and we're just going to Tera Grass and go for the Shift Gear again. So they go for the Earth Power. I don't know if they saw the air balloon when we came out or not. I know sometimes when you're recording, your eyes are elsewhere than on the screen. So I wouldn't put it past them just not seeing that text line come up saying I was floating in the air balloon. So I can just Shift Gear again. There's no reason for me not to. This Toedscool literally cannot touch us. And I'm not really sure what my opponent's play would be here. If they are Sludge Bomb, then we definitely live it because of Filter. So I'm not sure what my opponent's plan is here, but we will see what they do. And they go into the Jirachi again as we Shift Gear for a third time. And now we just have to attack. We can high horsepower this Jirachi, brand new addition to Revavroom in the DLC, and it can now hit Steel types, and that is amazing for us because that Jirachi gets obliterated. It goes straight down. And I'm looking at the calcs, and I think that we might have just won this game on turn 2. My opponent brings out the Ursaluna. We're just going to Tera Blast here, and we're going to see how much this Tera Blast does. They might be Rindo, but I don't think they would. They would have to guess between the Tera types, and we see that they aren't, and the Tera Blast is going to take them straight down. And it's looking very good for us at this point. They go into their Gallade, and they could be Tera Fighting or Tera Steel, but since Gallade's defense is so low, it doesn't really matter if they Tera Steel, because then they won't kill us with anything back anyways. So we can go for the Iron Head here and possibly get the flinch if we weren't to kill, but they were Tera Fighting, so we do just go ahead and kill the Gallade also. Then they go right into their Florges. This is an easy peasy Iron Head KO that we pick up here. They go into their Revavroom with Terrasilization is crazy busted, and I think Tera Grass with the addition of high horsepower to its moveset is great, because really the only thing it has trouble with now is bulky waters and bulky grounds, and we can hit both of them now. So I'm excited to use this Pokemon. It's already got 6 kills on the season, probably easily the kill leader in the league right now for week 1. So stick around. This team's going to be fun, but there's not much I can say that I would have done differently, because there's not much to be done in that game other than like maybe go straight into the Revavroom on the Jirachi, but then we would have lost our air balloon and things would have been different. So I think I did what I could with the information that I had. And yeah, I think that just goes to prove that the team is very hard to prep for, and you can prep for one thing, but you're leaving yourself open to another thing on my team. So with that is where I'm going to leave you. If you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.